Senator Perry, Representative Watson, distinguished gentlemen and ladies of the Taxation Committee. My name is Gary Foster, and I'm from the town of Gray. I'm also a former councilman and chair of council at the town of Gray as well. So, having presided over public hearings at the local level, I can certainly appreciate your ask here, although this seems much more civil than some of our public hearings at the local level. By lunchtime, I'm sure many of you understand what I'm talking about. In addition, I'm also chair of Maine Taxpayers United, which is a political action committee, a non-partisan group dedicated to fiscal responsibility. I'm here speaking on behalf of myself alone, even though our organization does support this initiative. I did have some comments speaking from the taxpayer's perspective. Most of that has already been stated here, so I won't take any more time on that. I'd focus in particular from a municipal government perspective, and perhaps I'm somewhat of an anomaly as far as a former representative of municipal government. The first question, which has been asked here repeatedly and has been asked when this initiative first became public, is how will we, meaning the government, pay for this? Or how will we replace the lost revenue? In response, I would pose another question. Do we really need, and I emphasize the word need, to replace this lost revenue? And in reality, who does pay? It's not government. Government seizes wealth from those who earn it to fund spending. This is necessary to fund the legitimate operation of government, but is it necessary to fund non-essential frills? Taxpayers have always prioritized when assessing household expenditures, and as our tax burden has increased, this includes identifying which expenditures are to be sacrificed. And such sacrifices may include such things as reducing contributions to college funds, foregoing family outings, vacations, foregoing home repairs or improvements, or even foregoing replacement of the aging family automobile. When proposing spending increases and subsequent tax increases, you rarely, if ever, hear public officials ask, how will they, the taxpayers, pay for this? So both as a taxpayer and in my role as a public official, I have asked this question, which usually resulted in blank stares or difference. As Mellington Smith observed, and if I can interject here, he's probably a lesser known forefather of our country. He was an anti-federalist, and he was a delegate to the Constitutional Convention. He stated, I'm quoting, "It is a general maxim that all governments find a use for as much money as they can raise. They will not be restrained from direct taxes by the consideration that necessity does not require them," end quote. And having reviewed and presented budgets to the voters, I know that all municipal budgets include some expenditures that are more want than they are necessity. The problem is that many cannot or will not differentiate between the two. Or more commonly, many folks expect everyone else to pay for services that benefit only a small group of people. And you will undoubtedly witness the latter at almost any town meeting or any municipal budget hearing. In his first State of the Union message, Thomas Jefferson, who I assume needs no introduction, stated, quote, "Considering the general tendency to multiply offices and dependencies and to increase expense to the ultimate term of burthen which the citizen can bear, it behooves us to avail ourselves of every occasion which presents itself for the taking off of the surcharge." As I previously implied, taxpayers are accustomed to dealing with finite resources when assessing expenditures. Government, however, typically decides what it wants to spend and then confiscates the wealth required to fund its spending. Perhaps it's time for government, and not just municipal government, but government at all levels, to acknowledge Smith's observation and to heed Jefferson's advice. LD 974 will provide incentive for consumers to purchase energy-efficient vehicles, as well as encourage municipalities to exercise long overdue, necessity-driven restraint. The only thing that would prevent municipal government from accommodating this proposal would be a lack of the will and integrity necessary to make sound financial decisions that are a way of life in households across America. Enactment of this proposal would demonstrate Maine's commitment to energy efficiency, and more importantly, as our state's leaders, it would demonstrate your recognition of the difficulties that our taxpayers must confront and address regularly, and demonstrate